Hey, just Luke was talking about the live work that you guys have been doing in special teams. He says it's more than in the past. Is that the same true with punting and just what kind of vibe do you feel for this camp, and has it been hard to get there with the virus?
Absolutely. I mean, with the virus and everything that happened, we definitely, took some time off. But over quarantine, a lot of us were able to go home and, get to work and focus. Especially for me, I was able to go back to Minnesota, work with my coach, train really, really a lot, and eat healthy, do the things I needed to do to be the best that I can be. So I think actually the quarantine helped me out a lot. I was able to kind of focus in on the things that I felt like I could improve on from last season. And, I think that this camp is going to, is showing right now how hard we're working and, we're putting points up on the board and, trying to flip the field as best we can.
What have you improved on from last season?
Well, obviously, I'm trying not to do the rollout anymore, just try and hit consistent good balls. My goal is just, this year put 0 balls in the end zone. So, as many balls inside the 20 as I can, flip the field, just turning over balls and keeping it away from those dangerous returners. I mean, the SEC is filled with great returners. So, best thing that I can do is keep it away from them, get a couple good rolls, and, hope for the best. Hope that I don't have to make any tackles. So.
All right, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I was curious. Are you holding for Luke this year?
I am, yes, sir.
And you being in that position before and knowing what he went through, kind of how have you tried to help him kind of get over the hurdle a little bit? I know he dealt with some stuff last year and stuff like that. What have y'all talked about in the conversation and stuff like that?
Luke and I live together, so we're kind of with each other 24/7. We have really similar schedules. So, what Luke obviously had a tough break last year in that game, but that really didn't stop him at all. I mean, right when we finished, obviously we took some time off, but there's a different type of focus that we've had this year about, not accepting, missed kicks in practice, not accepting just me and him going out and, just kicking some balls around and missing an easy one, in June. We took that as a game rep. We took that, we jotted that down, what we did wrong, constant film of what we're doing and just making sure that this year, we're going to put the points up on the board that should be made and, help the team win. Special teams is a huge part of the game and we can make a difference on the field. So, we're just trying to do that the best we can and help our team.
Go ahead, Ben.
Now that the rugbies are gone, what can you say your opinion is of rugby kicking and just philosophically going with rugbies?
I personally was not a ginormous fan of the rugby kick. I did it because my coach wanted me to do it. So, learning that, I wish I would have had, 4 years of doing it the way that I've always trained how to kick. So, obviously that was tough to kind of get used to, and it was a transition, but you do what your coach tells you to do and you do it to the best of your ability. So that's what I did. And, I'm very happy now to kick the way that I'm best at.
Go back to Nick.
Going off that coaching transition, just what's been the value of having Coach Gideon as a full-time special teams coordinator?
He's great. Obviously, he's got a great resume. He was a great player at Texas, so it's great to have him, from a player perspective to be there and understand what big games, like what happens in big games and how you got to bounce back from it. I will say that, he's very smart and he knows exactly what we need to do. And he's kind of laid out a little map for us to follow, and we plan to execute that exactly how he wants it.
Nate, go ahead.
We talked to Luke a little bit about just kind of getting a little more range out of his kicks. Where does he hit from regularly in practice? What is his in-game range?
I've seen Luke hit a 68-yard field goal before. So Luke's got a big leg, and I would put Luke's leg up against pretty much anybody's leg. He's got, extreme power. He's got a strong leg, really fast twitch muscles in his leg. And I just think this year, as he, continues to control the ball a little bit better, you guys will be able to see that and, understand where I'm coming from when I say that I think he's the best kicker in the SEC.
Is that 68 against a rush coming at you, or just 68?
I think that 68 was more of just kind of relaxing in June, just outside with maybe a little wind behind us. But I think Luke can back up mid-50s, absolutely. And, we just got to give him a chance to back up there and make that kick, especially this year.
Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you to throw former coaches under the bus, but I'm curious. I would assume that at some point last year you expressed a little bit of discomfort with the rugby kicking. What was their justification for sticking with it?
I think there's pros and cons to both. So obviously when you rugby kick, you're holding onto the ball a little bit longer. You're letting your guys to run down the field a little bit longer. To, you know, I didn't have the best hang time last year as some of the other punters, but, you know, I did drop the ball far. So I think holding on to that ball a little bit longer helped, you know, those guys to get down and try and make those plays. So I think that's what their mindset was last year, and they stuck with that the majority of the season. I mean, I was able to hit a couple balls regular and showed I can hit that way, but you know, in the end, Coach Gideon here, you know, wants to play to our strengths and wants us to kick the ball the way we can kick the ball. So and we know how to. So I'm happy about that.